You know that feeling, right? You've poured your heart and soul into your Etsy shop. You're putting in all the hours, making amazing products, and then crickets. The sales just aren't there. It is, without a doubt, one of the most frustrating things for any Etsy seller. So you're scrolling through Etsy and you see these other shops and they're just killing it. And you're sitting there thinking, okay, what's the secret? What am I doing wrong here? You feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to, right? You've checked all the boxes, you've followed all the advice, but your shop is just stuck in neutral. Well, let me tell you something right now. It's not because the market is too saturated, and it's definitely not just bad luck. So here's the thing. The real problem, it's not some mysterious Etsy algorithm that's out to get you. Nope. It's the advice you're following. It's an outdated playbook. A lot of the strategies that worked, say, 2 years ago, well, today they can actually hurt your shop. So in this explainer, we're basically going to tear up that old rulebook. We're going to show you the modern strategies that are actually working right now. All right, first up, let's talk about the absolute bedrock of your shop, your product strategy. You know, the biggest mistake I see sellers make over and over again is that they're always playing catch up. They're reactive. They're chasing trends instead of setting them. It's time to completely flip that script. We've got to shift your mindset from following the crowd to leading the pack. Okay, let's take Etsy's official trend report. So many sellers wait for this thing and treat it like it's gospel. But let me give you the hard truth. By the time Etsy tells you something is a trend, you're already 3 months late. The smart sellers, they saw it coming and have been cashing in for months. You're showing up to a party that's already winding down. The market's flooded, and you've completely missed that first crucial wave of customers. So how do you actually get ahead of the curve then? Well, you have to become a trend spotter, not a trend follower. This means you've got to spend time where the trends are born. Get on Pinterest. See what influencers are talking about, organically, not in paid ads. And pay really close attention to what high-end premium brands are doing with their look and feel. These are the real signals. When you jump on these early, you get all that juicy ranking momentum. You basically get to own the category before everyone else even knows it exists. All right, here's another piece of old advice, the cluttered gift box. You know the ones I'm talking about. A few years ago, they were everywhere and they sold like crazy. But shoppers have gotten smarter. They want simplicity. They want real quality. Honestly, they would much rather have one single, premium, really meaningful item than a box stuffed with 5 little trinkets that just feel like filler. So, the new strategy? Unbundle your best sellers. Let that one amazing hero product be the star of the show. And this idea leads to a really fundamental shift in how you think about your shop. The old way was to pick a super rigid product niche, right? Like, I only sell mugs. But the shops that are crushing it today, they focus on a customer segment. So instead of selling to yoga moms, you sell to women who value mindfulness. Think about it. That same person might be looking for a digital planner one day, a handmade candle the next, and a cool print-on-demand t-shirt the week after. If you serve her, you get 3 chances to be found in search, not just one. It just opens up so many more doors. Okay, so you've got this amazing modern product strategy. Awesome. But now, how do we get people to actually see it? This brings us to part 2, fixing your shop's visibility. And this is so important. It's not just about getting more traffic. It's about getting the right traffic, the kind that actually buys stuff. All right, let's just bust a huge myth right here, right now. So many sellers waste hours and hours manually renewing their listings, thinking it'll give them a boost in search. Let me be clear. It does not work. The Etsy algorithm could not care less about the renewal date. What it does care about is how customers are interacting with your listing. So stop wasting time renewing and start obsessing over your click-through rate. Put that energy into taking better photos, making killer mock-ups, creating a thumbnail that people just have to click. That's the signal that tells Etsy, hey, this one's a winner. The next big aha moment you need to have is this. Your customers do not live on Etsy. They're out there, scrolling Pinterest, searching on Google, hanging out on social media. The modern playbook demands that you go meet them where they are and bring them back to your shop. And here's the kicker, the best part. Etsy loves this. They actually reward you for driving your own traffic. When you bring a new buyer to their platform, they'll often give your whole shop a nice little visibility boost. It's a win-win. And look, if you're a little skeptical about how powerful this can be, just take a look at this number. That is not a typo. We're talking about 122,000 visits to a single listing. And the best part? It was all free traffic, driven by smart marketing on places like Pinterest and Facebook. That is the kind of game-changing power we're talking about when you drive your own traffic. Okay, we need to talk about your listing titles, because this is so critical. Not too long ago, some really bad advice went viral. It told sellers to use these really short, clean titles, and the result? It was an absolute disaster. I mean, it literally wrecked thousands of shops. We saw sellers go from steady sales to zero overnight. And why? It's simple, really. A short title just doesn't give the Etsy algorithm enough clues to figure out who it should show your product to. The answer, the real secret sauce, is using powerful, descriptive long-tail keywords. Now that just means a phrase that's a few words long and shows what a buyer is really looking for. Think about it. Someone searching for a coffee mug is just kind of browsing, right? But someone searching for new puppy owner gift coffee mug? Oh yeah, that person has their wallet out, they are ready to buy, and that is exactly the kind of customer you want landing on your page. Okay, for our final piece of the puzzle, let's talk about smarter shop management. And the main idea here is super simple, but it is so powerful. It's this: stop trying to just add more stuff to your shop. Instead, focus on making what you already have better. It is 100% about quality over quantity. Let's kick this off with your sales strategy. Quick question: are your discounts forcing your customers to do math? Because a deal like buy 3, get 15% off might sound good to you, but for a buyer, it's work, it's friction. And remember, most people are shopping on their phones. The second they have to do any mental gymnastics, you've lost that impulse buy. The new way? A simple site-wide sale, 20% off everything. It's a total no-brainer for them, which means a way higher conversion rate for you. This next thought really gets to the core of what it means to run a smart shop today. Just listen to this. More listings is not better, better is better. I mean, I will die on that hill. The goal is not to have the most listings. It's not a numbers game at all. You absolutely do not need a huge, sprawling catalog to have a wildly successful business. And let me tell you a quick story that just proves this point perfectly. We worked with a seller who had, get this, over 1,100 listings in her shop. She was busy all the time, constantly working, but she wasn't making any real money. Her shop was just a sea of products that nobody was buying. So she did something that probably felt terrifying. She took a deep breath and she deleted 1,000 of those deadweight listings, all the products that were just sitting there, dragging down her shop's performance and basically hiding the stuff that was good. When the dust settled, she was left with just her top 100 best items. And the result? Well, before she was getting maybe 7 orders a week. After the cleanup, she started getting 7 orders a day. A day! By clearing out all that clutter, her best products finally got the spotlight they deserved, and her sales just exploded. I mean, if that's not the ultimate proof that quality beats quantity, I don't know what is. So, we've looked at your products, your visibility, and how you manage your shop. So what does this all mean? What's the path forward? Well, all of these strategies really point to a whole new set of rules. It's a brand new mindset for how you have to run your Etsy business if you want to succeed. This right here, this is the modern Etsy mindset. It's choosing smart strategy over just flooding the market. It's always prioritizing quality over quantity. It's about being an innovator, not an imitator. It's focusing on that customer segment, not a tiny restrictive niche. And maybe most importantly, it's all about getting that conversion, not just a bunch of empty clicks. So I'll leave you with this one big question. Is your shop built on the rules of the past, or is it built for the future? The world of Etsy is always changing, and that old advice just isn't going to cut it anymore. But if you take these modern ideas to heart, you can stop feeling like you're fighting a losing battle and finally start building a shop that's truly designed to thrive, not just today, but for years to come.